Welcome to the acclaimed Futuristic Marketing Accelerator video, my friends. This is Jonathan Budd, and today we're going to dive right into the money subject. Traffic, and I'm going to show you how to get it. You see, it doesn't matter if you're a network marketer, a speaker, an author, a trainer, a coach, an information marketer, or even have a small local business. If you don't have eyeballs seeing what you have to offer, then you're never going to make a dime. Which is the reason why every business owner needs to solve their traffic problems in one way or another. If you don't, you fail. But before I get started giving you some strategies to go implement today, it's important that you understand a few of the major trends happening on the internet and how that's actually affected advertising. So you might want to bust out your notebook here because you're going to want to remember as much of this knowledge as you can. I've spent the last 9 months traveling back and forth from Silicon Valley and immersed in lots of crazy conversations to figure some of this stuff out. When you see where the future's going, it helps you make a lot more money today. Now, if I had to sum up one of the world's single greatest trends that most people don't even know is happening into one word, I'd say it's this: curation. The world as we know it is getting curated. Specifically, content on the internet is getting more and more and more curated, and this is only going to get bigger in our lives. Now, if that's a weird word for you, don't worry, I'll explain. You see, to curate basically means to organize. Curation is a procedural process to organize something, and that's what's happening to content on the internet, and soon to our entire internet and mobile experience, but that's a whole other artificial intelligence sci-fi conversation that we'll talk about later. Now, when the internet just started out, it was a complete mess, alright? There was no curation of content in almost any form. The information was spread far and wide, and it was difficult to search for what you wanted and even more difficult to trust it when you found it. Now, over the years, curation has gotten better and better. Search engines like Google constantly improve their algorithms to get you more relevant results. Facebook develops formulas that determine for you which of your friends' posts you'll get to see and whose you won't. Now, as totalitarian as that sounds, we actually mostly like it. And who would have thought 1 decade ago that the world's most knowledgeable, wealthy company, who set out to create the best encyclopedia in the world, remember Microsoft and Carta, comprised of the world's foremost experts in all subjects, would be defeated by a tiny non-profit group of kids who had a crazy idea of letting anybody contribute their knowledge towards any subject? Well, that's Wikipedia, now the 6th most trafficked website in the world. Wikipedia is the textbook definition of curating content. Their intricate process of letting anyone contribute knowledge has resulted in the most popular encyclopedia in the world, and the trend of curation proved so successful it defeated the Goliath Microsoft. So, how does this affect traffic? Well, it turns out it's not just free content that's being curated, but paid as well. Advertisers and their sites are now thrown into this mix too. So gone are the days when you could just put up any ads you want on any old site and send them to any page and have business run as usual. Nowadays, things have changed. On a whole, the internet is evolving to be far more community driven. It's the community that now curates content. It's the community that decides which content is good and which content is bad. It's the people who have become the new algorithms. And the biggest internet companies in the world know this and are desperately scrambling to get a grip on it. Why do you think Google has tried so many times to figure out the social network piece? Do you really think they enjoy constant failure? No one does, but they've been willing to go at it time and time again because of how crucial it is to the future of content curation. You see, Facebook has a big one up on Google right now, and it's called the like button. Facebook's content is all crowd curated. What better way is there to determine the value of content than how real people rate it on a daily basis? There isn't, and that's why Google needs to get real people rating its contents, its ads, and its products badly. And they've been doing that. You've probably seen the zillion new Google Plus buttons, like buttons, and personalized options that have popped up to help you rate content you find in Google. The point is this: Over the last few years, many advertisers have complained because it's gotten harder and harder to advertise on big sites. Well, the reason why is because their content stinks. At the end of the day, it's being curated out of existence because it's not delivering the value to the users like it should be. Now, this is a massive paradigm shift in marketing. We've got to start thinking about user experience, not just direct response. Let me explain the difference. In direct response, it's all about controlling the user's experience to produce the best possible result for you, the advertiser. Well, come to find out, a lot of advertisers were producing content that users didn't really like. Big surprise. In this new paradigm, it's all about creating the best possible experience for the user, even if that means changing what used to work, adopting new models, and trying completely new things. As marketers of the future, we need to embrace the change. We need to deliver a higher value to our users than marketers of the past. And we need to adopt the new mediums, strategies, and concepts to do this. Oh, and by the way, if you're doing this whole thing right, you will be making more money than you ever have in your life before. We have never lived in history in a time like we live today. A time that is so virally potent, you can see 80 million people download a video in a single week. You can see an app that's launched in less than 6 weeks sell for $180 million, or a small little team of 9 people who came up with a cool way to take pictures would sell their company to Facebook for $1 billion less than 24 months after they launched, and still with only 9 people on the team. We have never lived in a time like this before. And after I'm done showing you the marketing strategies of the future, you're going to be able to make all the results you've produced in the past look like chump change. The people who get it right in this new medium don't just have the opportunity to make millions. They've got the opportunity for far more than that. So with that said, let's move on. Now that you understand this one basic concept and trend that's driving so much of the internet's behavior, I need to bring you back down to what matters now to produce results. There's essentially 2 things and 2 things only that you need to do if you want to create the most successful life possible for yourself right now. If you do these 2 things right, there's absolutely no business you can't succeed in and no amount of money that you can't make. In fact, the amount of money that you make correlates to these 2 things and these 2 things only. Are you ready for them? Because here they are. Number 1, build an audience. Number 2, build a relationship with that audience. It's that simple. Let me explain. Does Apple have an audience? Do you think they have a relationship with that audience? What about Tony Robbins? Does he have an audience? Does he have a relationship with that audience? Think about every successful person/business in the world, and at the core of it, you'll discover that they figured out their method to build an audience and their strategy to build a relationship with that audience. Whether the audience is 10 people or 10 million people, this is the foundation of success. That is what I have got to get you to start doing from here on out. I need you to think audience and relationship with that audience. Because if you start to do this, everything can change for you fast. And luckily for all of us, there's never been an easier time in history to create both your audience and your relationship with them than now. Thus, you'll understand why I'm so utterly positive and enthusiastic about your ability to create phenomenal wealth in this lifetime. As you'll soon see, even Facebook now calls its advertising audience building. And we're going to show you how to build your audience on Facebook in just 1 second. But what's important you understand before we do is that now is the time to do it. It is your time. It's never going to get better than it is right now. And you're not going to do any good for yourself or for any of the people that you're meant to impact by putting off your goals, your dreams, and your visions in life until later. You've got to trust me on this Growth happens by fierce action taking now. It happens by steadfastly moving in the direction that you're being called to move in. And it happens when you're following the right mentors, the people who can show you how to get where you want to be. If you think success is going to happen in some other moment than now, you are poorly, no pun intended, mistaken. If you're not taking successful actions now, you will never see success. If we're clear on that, then I want to jump in to one of the most powerful audience building tactics of today. And I have a request to make of you before I begin though, okay? Because unfortunately, I don't have time to show you everything you're going to need to know today. It's going to be your job to continue your education after you see this so that you give your business the full chance it deserves to succeed. You've got to be the one to implement what you learn and continue educating yourself along this path. You've got to commit. Is that a deal? Because I want a virtual handshake that if I'm going to open my doors and show you all of this stuff for free, that you're going to commit to educating yourself as much as you need to succeed from here on out. Now, is that a deal? This is us pretty much making our virtual handshake, and only if you agree are we going to continue. So I'll just presume from this point forward that we're on the same page. A little less than 2 years ago, I created one of the most popular Facebook coaching programs to exist in the home business industry called Get Traffic 3.0. Now at the time, Facebook had about 560 million users, and I was predicting it would go to about 1 billion in 5 years. Well, I was wrong. It happened in 2. As of today, there are over 1.19 billion users on Facebook. To put that in perspective, almost 1/6 of the entire world's population is literally a click of a mouse and a few strokes of a keyboard away from you. We've never in history had the opportunity to build an audience so easy. And once you understand how Facebook's ecosystem works, you'll be able to build an audience just as easily as I have and make the money that you've been envisioning to make. It's a science, and I'm going to show you how. You see, Facebook's ecosystem is actually very simple. There's really 2 sides to it, free and paid, and we're going to explore both in this video. Now the first thing I'm going to show you how to do is set up a fan page. Every business owner needs a fan page. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. The fan page is going to be one of your central audience building hubs, and we'll show you how that works later. But first, just follow these directions, okay? Start by clicking the Create Page button right here on Facebook. Now once you click that button, choose this option for your page and enter your name and click Enter. You just created your fan page in 30 seconds. Now, your fan page is an integral part of your marketing strategy that we're going to come back to in a bit. I don't have time to cover everything now, but let's suffice it to say there's an incredible amount of ways to build an audience with this fan page, and there's a lot of ways you can make a lot of money when you're following the right steps. Now, the next item on our ecosystem list is Facebook ads. Now, ads are the blurbs that you see on the side of Facebook all the time that direct you to the advertiser's content. That's soon going to be your content. Now, it seems simple enough, but like anything, there's intricacies that you need to understand in order to be highly successful and avoid the problems that most people face. For starters, most Facebook advertisers have been having a hard time lately. Their ads get rejected, their accounts get slapped, their pages disapproved. Why? Well, one reason is because they're not a futuristic marketing partner yet, and they don't understand how to market for the future and are still stuck in models of the past. So let me share a massive money-making insight with you right away. Facebook does not like when you create ads that take people off their platform. Facebook highly favors ads that keep people inside Facebook. Here's an example of what I'm talking about. This ad is sending people to this site off the platform, while this one sends people right back to the platform. Well, when you figure out what the 900 million person gorilla wants, they're going to let you advertise over your competitors all day long. And that's pretty much like a license to print money. Well, you might as well call me the DMV baby, because I'm handing out licenses today. Check this out. Did you ever think about how Facebook creates revenue? Their biggest income stream is ads. Every time someone clicks an ad, they make money. So can you see why Facebook might want people to never leave their platform? If you're sending traffic away, that's traffic they can't make money from anymore. But if that traffic stays on their site, it increases their revenue. Now this is a big insight, because when you learn how to advertise inside of Facebook's platform, but still get all the audience, traffic, and leads that you need to flourish in your business, you'll have solidified one of the largest advertising sources you could ever find. It's like a permanent and endless supply of growth. Endless prospects, endless audience, endless new relationships equals endless money. And I want to teach you how to be a master of it. So, how are we doing it? It's called in-app advertising. We're creating our advertising inside of Facebook's apps. Here's what it looks like. And I'll show you how you can do this for yourself in just 1 second. But first, I want to make sure you understand something before we get there. Typically in marketing, you have what's called a capture page, which collects prospects' information in exchange for the value that you're offering them. Now, it's super important that you do this because this is how you build your email list. And on the internet, email lists are worth their weight in gold. In fact, I started thinking about it the other day, and I calculated that there's over 400,000 people who have been on my list at one time or another. And that's literally like controlling my own city. And I want you to just visualize that for a second. It's seriously like having my own city to communicate with at the push of a button. Could you imagine how much money you can make with your own city of people to communicate with at the push of a button? Do you think it would be a little easier to sell your products, your business, or your services to if you could communicate with your own little town or even your own city too? Well, it's not a mystery how we marketers create these types of results. I'm showing you right now. The question is, how can you build your own mini city from inside of Facebook too, and do it so that not only does Facebook love you, but your prospects love you even more? And that's where I come in. So first, I'm going to show you how to do it yourself, and second, I'm going to give you a solution that's way better. Now, if you're going to do this yourself, then you need to build a team. And the more successful you become, the more team you're going to have to build anyway, so this knowledge is always going to be very helpful. But if you're interested in saving time and money, then hold on and I'll show you a solution to do that in just 1 minute. First, here's how to do it yourself. You'll need a graphic designer. That's going to cost about $100 to $500 per capture page design, depending on the quality of that design. I recommend finding your designer on a site like elance.com or odesk.com if you can. Or you can also go to the warriorforum.com and ask around the internet marketing community. Now, this is the best place to find internet marketing resources existing on the internet. Now, second, you'll need someone to code the site for you and put it up inside your Facebook page. This should cost about $10 to $20 an hour if you go with an Indian or Philippines firm on Elance or Odesk. Now, I trust the firms more than the solo contractors, just FYI. Now, find one that knows how to code your capture page inside your Facebook app like I showed you, and have them sync it with your email marketing list. Now, all of these sites have tremendous resources you can find to help you implement technical knowledge. When I was just starting out, there were no other options. I literally had to figure out everything for myself, hire people to do the stuff I couldn't do, and work even harder to make the money to pay for it all. But hey, I'm not complaining because I learned some darn valuable skills along the way that sure made it worthwhile. However, due to people like me having gone through a lot of pain and struggle to get where we are, we tend to come up with better solutions than existed when we were just getting started, and that's what I want to show you today. Because the truth is, if you didn't have to hire one person, worry about 1 ounce of technical mumbo jumbo, and not have to spend any of the money that you just saw me quote, yet you could have your own Facebook marketing capture pages set up in minutes, you'd be getting more leads and clients from Facebook today, right? Of course you would. And that's why I built a software that will do that for both of us automatically. You see, I figured if I can help a lot of other people save time, money, and stress while growing their business, all while I'm doing the same, that's what I call a win-win. And the fact of the matter is, once I hand you the already done solutions to get the leads that you need to build your audience at the push of a button, it's going to get significantly easier for you to create the results that you know you're capable of. And you're not going to have to worry about any of the other stuff that you shouldn't be worrying about anyway. Just plug in and go. That's what our Facebook lead acceleration tool is all about. It is your push button solution to get the fresh new prospects you need for your business by tonight, and I'm going to show you how to get access to it in just 1 second. Trust me, we're going to get you generating new clients faster than you think. I've gotten good at helping people over the last 5 years, and my latest tools are actually the most simple and powerful I've ever created. I'll show you how to get started building your audience with this tool in just 1 second. But for now, we've got to move on with this video. So let's just assume that you just push some buttons on my software and all your marketing is done for your business. Well, what then? Well, this, my friend, is when we turn on the traffic. And I'm going to show you some killer strategies right now to get more prospects and leads at your fingertips than most people could even handle. If you want that audience, it's coming right up. You see this little button right here? That's where you want to click when you're ready to start bringing home some bacon. Let me show you how simple it is to be getting new traffic and leads today with Facebook's platform, and share some of our favorite advertising strategies with you. For starters, you're going to need to enter the link you want to send your traffic to. This is going to be the link that you get from us with the Facebook Lead Accelerator tool that you'll have access to in just 1 second. I'll demo mine. Once you've got that done, it will take you to step 2. Now here is where you customize your ad. Customizing your ad is seriously super easy. You can select a headline, a little ad copy, and upload whatever photo that you want to represent your content. And don't worry, when we talk about influence, I'll show you the secret sauce behind winning ads. Next, you're going to select who you want your audience to be. Now here is where the strategy comes in. I'm going to recommend that you ignore all this other stuff here, okay? Just pretend that it doesn't even exist. The only thing you need to focus on is right here. It's called precise interests. Now, precise interests let you target any fan page in existence on Facebook. If you're a network marketer, coach, trainer, speaker, or information marketer, you can find laser-targeted audiences easier than it's ever been. Let me give you an example. Tony Robbins might just have some motivated and business-savvy prospects who follow him that I think would be a great fit for my offer, right? So I type in Tony Robbins into precise interests. Instantly, you can see that I just got 280,000 people in my audience that I can now reach. And if I look below, I'll find other similar fan pages that I'd like to target. My audience is growing like crazy with a few clicks of the button. Seriously, it's that simple. Now, the reason why we created our Futuristic Marketing Accelerator solution is to make sure that you succeed with this and everything is clear as day as to what you need to do next to create the results you're looking for. You see, it's this simple to reach your new audience, but what we need to make sure is that your marketing is fine-tuned and it converts. That's the magic sauce. Once you develop your marketing skills, it seriously alters your life and business forever because you can convert your audience forever. And that's coming in future videos. But for now, let's finish setting up your ad. After you've selected your precise interests in the countries that you want to advertise to, you're almost ready to go live. The next piece is just setting up your cost per click or your cost per impression. We'll discuss both of them more in the future videos, but when beginning, I recommend choosing the option cost per click. Then, you can play with what you're willing to pay per click based on Facebook's recommended bid. You'll see that they always give you a recommended bid. Now, I usually go just a bit over their lowest recommendation, or sometimes I go a bit under it. But the neat thing is, if you're just starting out, you can learn at your own pace. You can set your budget for $10 if you want, or $50, and Facebook will never spend more than that. And that's huge for beginners just starting out, because you will never really risk anything, yet you have the potential for phenomenal upside beyond imagination. You don't have to spend real money until you know that you'll make back even more. Now, once you've set your budget, just click the place order button and it's traffic time. New prospects will literally be flowing to your business, sometimes in minutes, and it's honestly that simple. If you've ever paid a bill online, set up an account for something, or checked your email, I'm letting you know that you can do this. Seriously, you can do this. You just need someone to show you how. Now that is why our Futuristic Marketing Accelerator exists and why I believe it's so important that you become a student today. Now the truth is, if you don't have the support you need, you likely will not take the steps you need to take to move forward. The problem most people have is actually implementing the knowledge you give them to succeed. And that's what Futuristic Marketing Accelerator solves for you. You see, FM Accelerator has two core components that will put you on the guaranteed path to building an audience for your business that turns into lifelong cash and income. Part number one is the Facebook Lead Accelerator tool. Now this is the special software that I showed you earlier that will allow you to instantly set up your own advertising pages inside Facebook to get leads for your business now. Now this is a breakthrough tool that makes it easier than it's ever been for beginners to get started and be profitable. Now part two of the Accelerator course is our 3 Facebook Instant Money classes. Now in these classes, we will show you exactly how to start making money from Facebook in much greater detail, just like I demoed for you earlier in this video. Each class is honestly worth its weight in gold, as we've had thousands of students use our tools and take our classes who are now generating all the leads they need from their business from Facebook. And once you really dig in and teach yourself these skills, you will seriously have an asset that can generate income for your business for life. So you gotta understand, Facebook isn't going anywhere and it's only getting bigger. Getting started with the Facebook Lead Accelerator is so darn simple. We're offering a 50% discount to new students for a 7-day period only. That means when you become a student today, you won't have to pay the $97 normal price, but will get the entire FM Accelerator solution for $47. And just to sum it up, here's what you're getting once you're inside. Part 1 is the Facebook Lead Accelerator tool, which personally cost me over $7,500 of my own money to build. You will have lifetime access to this tool once you're a new student, no matter how much advertising you may want to do for your business on Facebook. It is hands down the simplest way to start profiting fast, and it takes less than 60 minutes to be ready for new prospects, cash, and sales for your business. Now part 2 is our 3 Facebook Instant Money classes. The first class is called Facebook Leads Now, and I will be your personal trainer guiding you through exactly what to do as soon as you purchase Futuristic Marketing. You can follow right over my shoulder, use the Facebook Lead Accelerator, and I'll show you in intricate detail everything you need to do. I've trained tens of thousands of people, and I promise that I'll help you take small steps to build your confidence. Now, the most important thing is that you build your confidence and you really see how easy this is to do. Because once you learn the knowledge I have inside my head, you will have a pathway to make hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars from Facebook. Now, class 2 is called Facebook Money Secrets, and it's being led by the best Facebook trainer I know, Michelle Pesco-Solido. Now, people often call her the Facebook goddess, as she's made over $30,000 in a single day before for many of the strategies that she'll be teaching you. Now, inside this class, she'll show you how to build a 6-figure business in under 6 months, all from Facebook. That's what Michelle did. And you'll learn her most cost-effective advertising secrets and what she's figured out that's allowed her to consistently get so many new prospects for her business. This is just the start. Inside class 3, which is called Facebook Money Secrets Part 2, Michelle picks up from where she left off. She's going to cover many of the intricate details that I had to leave out above, like how to use precise interest to laser target the audience of people who's best suited for your particular business, when to choose cost per click or cost per impression, which sometimes can save you dollars per lead, which adds up to thousands in savings over time, and how to create winning little ads that take only a few minutes of time, yet could be responsible for some of the biggest financial windfalls you might have ever experienced. Seriously, I've had one ad produce thousands of leads before, which can add up to big money. The truth is, we're giving away the whole farm inside Futuristic Marketing Accelerator. And honestly, with the $47 discounted price tag, you can't possibly go wrong. The software tool alone is worth thousands, and we could probably easily charge hundreds of dollars for access to our 3 core classes. I'm sure you've seen business training that costs thousands before that's similar to FM Accelerator. Heck, it used to cost me $90 just to fill up a tank of gas, which was before I bought my Tesla, and don't even get me started about the cost of a college education. I spent $120,000 and literally had nothing but a piece of paper to show for it. Not exactly a skill you can take to the bank. But inside Futuristic Marketing Accelerator, we're handing you the solution you've been looking for to get more leads, clients, and sales in your business, and in the easiest, confidence-building baby step way possible. It's never been simpler to solve your challenges than with our tools, and FM Accelerator will be your expert guide through this new terrain. But my advice is to hurry, because not only does your 50% discount expire soon, but the truth is, none of us are getting younger. If you've got a dream, now's the time to go for it. Each day we put off reaching our goals is another day we're closer to it not happening. And to live a life that's unfulfilled is to not live life at all. So take full advantage of our generous offer today, my friend, and get the Futuristic Marketing Accelerator solution for just $47. There's even a few special bonus surprise gifts that you're going to find waiting for you once you're inside. Now, to end today's teaching, I just want to say that I know what you're capable of. I know you can do whatever you put your mind to, and I have seen from experience what can happen when you really apply and implement the knowledge I've shared with you in this video today. Your future is yours for the taking, and learning how to get the prospects and clients that you need today from our Futuristic Marketing Accelerator program will give you the success that I know you're looking for. Let us guide you down the right path. Trust me, you've got nothing to lose and only positivity to gain. Take action to become our new student today, and I'll see you inside.